Hey guys, Zeramus555 here. I'm just going to be doing a quick video today. It's going to be about trading and just how to trade safely, how to actually properly identify what condition your cards are in, and also who to trade with and who not to trade with. So starting off trading, I'm just going to talk about how the experiences I've had. I started off trading on Pojo probably back when I first started, about 2 years ago now. I literally started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again about 2 years ago. And I started off with a pretty small collection by doing small trades on Pojo. I actually think I started off on TCG Player, but it was just there's not enough people on there. I just had a hard time getting things going. There's a lot of douchebags on that site. Not that Pojo doesn't have their fair share of them either, because they do. Lol Pojo. But anyways, I did get ripped a few times starting off, mainly just because I wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't cautious, and I definitely wasn't patient enough. First tip I'm going to give everybody when trading online is be patient. You might really want a card right now. You might have a regionals in a couple weeks and you need that card now, and all of a sudden, boom, a trade shows up, and the guy's offering everything you're looking for, and he's not really looking for a lot from you. In fact, your trade might be double as much as what he was actually going to be getting in value. And you're so excited that you say, sure, I'll do it, but then your iTrader, your trading references or whatever are so low that you end up having to send first. And you're so excited to get that stuff that you just do it and you send out. Next thing you know, a month later, regionals have passed, you didn't get your cards. This didn't happen to me personally, but regionals have passed, you didn't get your cards, and you end up finding out the guy was a ripper. Now, how could you have eventually, or how could you have evaded that situation? Basically, best advice I can give you once again is be patient. Even though that trade might have seemed really good at the time, it probably in most cases was a ripper. If you ever get a trade that is too good to be true, don't go for it. I sometimes like to trade, I always like to trade up a little bit, but if it's someone I'm close to or it's a friend, I don't mind trading down, especially if I'm helping them get something they're having a hard time getting. Also, it's mainly just the fact that, even though you might think you want to get that card now, if you wait until later, you might even end up getting a better deal later on. And once again, it's just, if it's too good to be true, don't do it. That's my first tip of the day. Be patient. If it's too good to be true, don't do it. Next tip is starting off, do little trades. Try and keep your trades as small as possible. The bigger your trades get, the bigger the chance that the person might be a ripper, or they might die in a horrible plane crash, never send your stuff out. You don't know. So just to be safe, always send out smaller trades starting off until you get your references higher, and that way you know that, like me, I'm a very trusted trader. I think I got like 53 iTrader on Pojo, which isn't a lot compared to some of the other people, but it's good. And I just know personally I'm a very honest person. I'm sure a lot of my viewers that I've traded with know I'm an honest person, and I would never rip somebody off, especially if it's for well, in any case, I wouldn't rip anyone off. I'm just not a dishonest person. But that's the problem, is I know I'm not a dishonest person. I know I'm honest. I know I'm going to honor the trade that I've set up with that person. But you don't really know the person who you're trading with most of the time. So just to be safe, keep your trades small, especially if it's a person you're trading with the first time, and especially if it's someone who's not well known, until you get your trade references higher, and they always have to send first, which is generally what happens with me. People always have to send first. But in that case, I know I'm always going to send out my end. I'm not too worried. So yeah, second tip: always send first, always send second, unless you get your iTrader up, and then in that case, always start with smaller trades. Next tip is with card rarities and card conditions, especially card conditions. Now, I'm not going to say any names, but I did just receive some cards in the mail today. Some stuff was, I'm going to say actually one name, Pat Face the Blackwing, another shout out to him. Awesome guy. I got your stuff. Thank you. I'll be sending it out later today. I think I messaged you on Facebook, so you should get that anyways. There's the Sauza for proof. My friend's going to be very happy about that. But he said all of his cards are mint condition, and they came in mint condition. I personally don't usually ever trade out cards if they're not in mint condition, because I just look at it in the sense that if I'm getting cards, I want them to be in the condition that I send them in. Now, I did get some cards from someone today. He did say when I was watching the trade binder video and we set up the trade, he might end up watching this and make a comment about it, who knows. But we did end up, or he did say in the video that they were played. I did receive the cards, and they are not played. They are damaged. I'm okay with that because I got a good price on them, and as long as they're playable, that's all right with me. But there is a difference, people, between played, near mint, and damaged. And mint, of course. So how do you actually define those different conditions? Now, the first thing that you need to know is played just means there's maybe a little bit of edge wear. There's no bends. You can just tell the card's maybe a little scuffed up, a little bit of scratches on the front just from maybe rubbing up against the other sleeves. You know, it's just been played a lot. It's a very well played card. And then near mint, of course, is maybe just, you know, it looks great, but there might be a teeny few little scuffs here and there. Might be a couple small itsy bitsy scratches you can barely notice unless you put it in the light. And of course, mint means it just came out of the package. It's looking perfect. Now, the one that's at the very bottom, of course, is damaged. Damaged cards should be noted. I'm sick of seeing trade binders, and this has just happened to me, like I said, recently. I just opened the stuff today. I'm sick of seeing trade binders, people say, oh yeah, that's played, that's played, that's played, but they don't actually tell you why it's played. Now, the reasoning for that is because you can't actually see the damage on that card until you get it up in front and see it right in front of your face. And in the case of the cards that he sent me, he said they were played and they ended up being bent or very mangled. One of them ended up being. Once again, I'm not mad at him if he sees this. It's all good because I got such a good value on them. They've gone up in price so much now. I don't even really care. But in future reference for all traders out there, make sure that you're being honest with your conditions and make sure you're being very, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Anyways, doesn't matter. But yeah, just make sure that you are at least, you know, being honest with what condition your cards are in. I've seen several times traded on Pojo as well where someone says, you know, they send you a card and it's more beat up than it was. I'm going to use another example here. Team Delta Force, he's actually having to send me some compensation. I finally got his stuff in the mail, as you guys saw in that video, but the one drag down was really beat up, and he said it wasn't. So he's having to send some compensation, which is okay. I think he's fine with it, and he's a good guy. So, but another example, of course, is with that same thing. If you send out cards to somebody and you said it was in that condition, and then it shows up and it's damaged, and you try and blame it on the post office, grow up. There's no way that the post office is going to open up your letter. They're going to take out your cards. They're going to bend them up, maybe lick the edges a bit, use them for dental floss, you know, clean your teeth a little bit, and then put it back in the sleeve, tape it back up, perfectly copy that person's writing again, put a new stamp on it. It's not going to happen. So if you do end up saying damaged cards, just admit it happened and just, you know, send the person compensation and move on. And just know in the future not to do it again, or be honest once again with what you're sending. So anyways, guys, that's the video. Basically, just the whole motto of this video is just be honest with your trading. Yu-Gi-Oh has sadly become it's my hobby. I love it. I love playing the game. I think I'm really good at it. Not to sound cocky, but people tell me all the time I'm really good, and all of you as my subscribers know that I really appreciate all you guys watching my videos and keeping me so popular on here. It means a lot. But basically, just keep honest with your trades and make sure that if you make any mistakes in a trade, always honor the goodwill towards the other person, and just make sure to always keep things balanced. And that way maybe the game can be a little better and we won't have so many dishonest people running around. There's already enough thieves in this game, so you know, we might as well, as you know, the good players and as the nice people, we might as well try and keep things as civilized as possible. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope that video helped out with trading. Basically, just, you know, play safe and make sure that you're not getting yourself ripped off. Anyways, you guys have a good day. Peace.